Okay, so just a couple of notes about your play critiques, which this is the last 3 days to see. Looking back, looking forward, if you haven't seen it and you have a ticket. If you don't have a ticket, you need to coordinate with the box office manager based on the information I gave you before. And tomorrow we'll have that lecture on what is the theater department, what are we doing, what are we looking for. That's going to be fun. I'll put that in the announcements for you. And you have a quick preview, but you'll be able to see the trailer for Antigone. And then the Antigone will be starting, I think, the 14th. So next Wednesday, a week from today, we don't have class. It's Veterans Day. We have only class on Monday, so it'll be a catch-up day so you guys can get all of your things coordinated together. And on Monday, we're going to watch the video for Bald Cap. And I have finally from the Learning Resource Center at 3:10, I'm going to leave here, walk to the flagpole, wait for my disc to come out of the Learning Resource Center. They'll put it on the socially distanced table, and I'll be able to pick it up, and then I'll have it uploaded so that we can actually be able to look at it. And then I will also upload an accident victim, the special effects section of that video, okay? So today you can add anything to your face. Anything you add is three-dimensional. Whatever you put on your face becomes a three-dimensional application. And the only requirement for this is three-dimensional. You could do extreme old age, like we looked at some of those pictures. If you did, a tissue and spirit gum wrinkle technique. If you wanted to do just a nose, or you wanted to do just a chin, or you want to block out eyebrows, and today's a great day to make eyebrows if you haven't made them yet. And then remember, you put your saran wrap down, you carefully layer up so that you can be working and then layer up and not be waiting for them to dry. Otherwise, that's like anything. Seems like it takes a really long time. So any questions before we start? You should have your same criteria, 2 research pictures, 2 your schematic, color in color, and then tell me at the bottom of your schematic, it tells me what your 3-dimensional plan is, and then I will post the assignment sheet for that.
Are we only practicing today?
No, you're doing it.
Okay, because I did. I did a schematic, and it's like blood and wounds and stuff.
So we have a separate assignment that is accident.
Oh, okay.
Right. We have a separate assignment that's accident victim, and I'll just go ahead and explain that because that's going to be after next week. We actually sort of accelerate into our midterms. So you will do your accident victim. You will share your schematic for your accident victim, and someone else will do their accident victim. Your accident victim, like if I'm shared with yours, I will do Ida's accident victim on me. Then I'll take a picture to see how that looks. So that's a midterm in communication about your clarity of your schematic. You will execute it once. You'll have time to make notes on it. And then I will execute your schematic and we'll take a picture and see how that works. So that's a really great way to do a fun midterm. And we'll just see how well we can operate from all of our skill set to get to the skill set of what someone else wants. So if usually I don't allow the photos to be available. So I'll see if I want to take a photo of your end result of accident victim to actually share with that. But that's not next week because next week we have 1 class and it's going to be bald cap. It'll be the following week. Well, you'll do accident victim, then we'll have accident victim midterm. And then the following week after that, we will do master painter. Okay.
Didn't we already do a midterm?
Yes, we have multiple midterms in this because midterms are 50 points.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 3 midterms in this class. And then your final, which is a project that I will show you on Monday. And it's already posted so you can see it. Okay, Christine, question? I saw you raising your hand. Was that a question?
Yeah. I was starting my accident victim on purpose.
Okay, we're not doing accident victim today, though. It's 3-dimensional. So I prefer that you don't do an accident victim because I want you to work with nose and scar wax. I'd like you to work with latex. I'd like you to work with trying to create the eyebrow effect. and doing something that is a more natural three-dimensional, like old age. Remember the one picture we saw where there was some nose and scar wax eye bags, and then creating some shapes. So you can just work on it. You know, today we have all day, you can work on it, and then save your accident victim for, that will be in 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's a week from Monday. I can't hear you.
I made it out of gelatin.
Okay. It's fun, isn't it? So
Yeah, I love playing with the
so you
gelatin.
made a thing out of gelatin, and then what were you going to do with it?
Oh, I was just thinking it was my mom's accident by saying that I had to do it.
I'm not understanding what you're saying, Christine. If you could just, if you could,
Yeah, I was practicing different kinds.
wait, slow down. The internet's not catching up with you, so slow down for a sec.
I was practicing with different kinds.
Of gelatin?
3D. Yeah, effects.
Oh,
Yeah.
of different kinds of 3D, yeah. So, you know, you can just do a simple nose and scar wax nose, which would be excellent. That's a really good technique to perfect. You can do a wart, right? Or you could do both of those, or a wart on the nose. So you could do a couple of those and try and make your eyebrow covers just to see if you can do that, and have the opportunity, probably not to use them today because they may not be dry enough. So it's, in a way, Ida, it's sort of like a practice, but I want you to end up with a makeup.
Are we still, do we need a schematic for that?
Just why don't you keep notes of
Yeah,
your
okay.
on a schematic?
So I'm just like trying things.
Yeah, but try things so that it ends up as one thing instead of as, you'll see the video from Ben Nye. It looks like they couldn't figure out what this guy was doing. Like, he has a bullet hole here, he has this. So that's when we do accident victim, you'll be seeing bullet holes, how to make scars, how to do other things. Okay.
Okay. I have no idea what to do now.
Your accident victim.
Huh?
Let me see your accident victim.
My schematic?
Yeah. So you did a bullet hole.
Yeah, and like a cut.
Okay. All right, put your schematic down. So yeah, there's a way to do that that is with, you can create a latex bullet hole and put it on as an appliance, and you can also do one with nose and scar wax. So let's stay away from blood today and do things that are anything that have to do with 3D that don't include blood.
Okay.
So I was gonna do burn victim and I made a gelatin. Is that,
Okay. Did you
What?
make your gelatin already?
yeah? So I have a gelatin.
Okay.
And I planned it out.
Okay.
So does that count as accident or
Let me
burn?
hold it up again.
Which one? So I was gonna put it on my cheeks like that and then add soot to my forehead to kind of imply
Okay, what kind of a burn is it?
the kind that melt. Well, I guess it'll be an acid burn because you don't want us to use blood. So
Okay,
like
but
it looks like it's melting the skin
I know, but why would it be here?
because I got acid on my face.
Just only there?
Well, I can do it on my hand too if you want,
You know
but
what, I'm just make things that are logical. So let's say, let's say, not to get too graphic, if somebody threw acid at you, it would probably be mostly on one side because you'd turn away or something. To have something here doesn't seem realistic in a way. You know
yeah,
what
it's too symmetrical. Okay, so I
So-
could concentrate on one side more with it.
Yeah, just think about that, because often something happens to one side of the face, but your gelatin, it looks like it's very liquidy.
It is. I put two packets in, and I put
so-
boiling water in about 3 minutes ago.
So, okay, let's see your gelatin again. Or just can you turn your laptop down
Yeah, actually, I can.
and just push it down so we can see it? Now take your lid off. There you go. Now use your fork. Let me see your fork action in there.
It's too
Okay.
liquidy.
So it's pretty liquidy. You're going to have to wait.
Okay.
It's going to, this is a really good thing to look at, because this is gelatin. You put your gelatin in there first, and then you added your hot water. And you need to add hot water sort of in a slow drip so that you can agitate it and then it becomes liquid and gets to the point where you can actually put it on. This will firm up, but it may take a while and you're going to have to watch it because when it's triggered, it's going to start firming very quickly. Okay.
Okay, and well, so do you recommend I make a new batch or should I just wait on this?
Why don't you finish planning out everything that you're going to do periodically? Go ahead and stir that. And then
Okay.
when it gets to the consistency where you can put it on your face, see if you are, when you're ready to put it on your face, see if it's at the right consistency. If it's not at the right consistency, then maybe you want to do a pack and then start over. And use the, did you see the container that I used? Very small.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I just have like extra Tupperwares around and I mean, I've used them
So
before.
do you have a, even like a paper cup or a small yogurt container or something like that? So that helps you not put in so much water.
Yeah,
But just
okay.
keep your eye on it and let's see how it works, okay?
Okay.
Because it will trigger and it will harden, but if it takes until tomorrow, that's not going to be helpful.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, anybody else want to talk about an idea of what they have? Amy, what do you have?
I have like a healing MMA fighter. So
Oh,
I'm just gonna do like broken nose.
okay.
Mm.
Gonna do a broken nose. Yeah, that's a good one to do. Broken nose is a good one. Because that will help you do your highlight and shadow and also a little bit of a black eye.
If it's puffy on the eye, I don't do nose and scar wax like
You-
on the softer
There's a
part?
couple, yeah, there's a couple of options that you can do there actually.
Okay.
So if it is puffy up there, you could do nose and scar wax. You can also do spirit gum and tissue and then build up a little bit with nose and scar wax.
Okay.
You can just also by highlighting in yellow because you're puffing it out, you can do your highlight and then yellow and then create a shadow around it. You'll get it to stick out like we did with these.
Okay.
So you can do it just with modeling with paint.
Okay.
That's why we did that round face and narrow faces because then you have all those skills. All right. Okay. And anybody else want to just try? I think Cara said she was going to do a wart. So that's great. And Christine, what do you have? A new idea?
Yes, kinda. I was thinking of doing like a completely broken nose.
Yeah. And use your nose and scar wax for that. That would be great.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
gonna look like it's broken open.
Okay. No blood. So no blood. As long as you have no blood, you're okay. It can be a broken nose that's older, but has no blood if you want to do that. Here's the reason why I want you to work without blood. Blood is a great masking technique. A lot of people can use blood and they just put on blood and it is very dramatic, but it's better to have a effect that works great without having it as a blood effect. So let's try and do your nose so you can do highlight and shadow and you can work on that. And then you can do redness around it. You can paint redness on with your makeup, but let's not do rolling blood. That will save for accident victim. One of the best things I ever saw was doing a fat lip from a bicycle accident. Just creating it with the nose and scar wax and highlighting and shadow. And then she didn't want to work with blood at all. And then she put on her bicycle helmet and it was very realistic and great. So, okay. Ida, have you ever tried the tattoo cover for your arm?
I did that for Blight Spirit every day.
Right, show them your arm.
Which one? I can do that one.
Yeah, there you go. So Ida has a lot of experience blocking out tattoo, and she had to do that because Blythe Spirit was in the 30s, 1930s. Women did not have that kind of a Chinese emblem on their wrist at that time. And she was playing a maid, and a maid would definitely not have it. So It's really a good technique. It's one of the best techniques you can learn. So if you want to, you could also try a tattoo cover. All right, questions. Let's just play. And then
I-
we'll take photos. Cara.
Question, Pam. So for the nose and scar wax,
Right.
and hold on, I'm going to try and do it without spirit gum.
Yeah.
Just to make it simple, but it's really tacky.
Yeah. Remember how to get it so it's less tacky on your fingers.
Is that powder?
No, it's your either spirit gum remover, which has a
Oh.
slight oily effect, or you can use KY jelly or a water-based lubricating jelly, and that will smooth and it won't be so sticky on your fingers. So really good question and excellent thing for everybody to to keep in mind. Remember, you have to dig it out with some kind of a stick or a spatula or some kind of a dull butter knife, and then manipulate it in your hand to heat it up so that you can actually shape it into either like a worm or some flat shape before you apply it. The spirit gum with the tissue, with the cotton is really the way to get it to actually stick on your face for a long time so it doesn't melt off. But during this experiment, you can use it without spirit gum.
Okay.
Oh, so it sticks anyway?
It
Yeah.
will stick. Get it out and play with it. I want you to really play with it.
Okay.
It depends on your skin texture. I tend to have really dry skin, so everything sticks to it, even when I don't want it to. So I think this will last enough for this class, but
But even if you don't, I think you would find that using it and manipulating that into a ball, you can press it in. And as you're pressing it, you will feel it sticking, Ida. So just try it.
Okay.
All
if,
right.
if there's something underneath, like some kind of makeup, will it still stick?
You want to have clean. It wants to be
Okay.
clean underneath. The makeup application happens after the nose and scar wax. Okay. It's just like you don't put anything underneath your beard. If you're doing spirit gum, you want no makeup underneath. You want to just have that clean face with, again, no greasy stuff so that you can then have it apply and stick to you best. So if you tend to be slightly oily, this is a time when you could do a mild astringent and clean it up before you do your nose and scar wax. Okay? So we're going to just take a pause while you work, and I'm going to put you on gallery so I can see everyone and check in on you. Okay, so this is Cara putting her 3-dimensional on, and if you could be just a tiny bit lower, Cara. There, perfect. And then let's do side to side. So there's her side, and you see that. Excellent. Very nice job. So we're looking at the nose feature and the wart feature above the eyebrow. Oh, when you do that, it looks really spooky, like you're some kind of crazy
which
with a wart. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Aloha.
Thank you. Very nice job. So this is Colby's makeup based on a burn victim that he had real life experience with, that he saw on a regular basis daily, and then would reveal his burn as it became Halloween. So how do you feel about it, Colby?
I feel good.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is actually really convincing. I
Yeah.
kind of like the tightness a little bit, even though it's a little uncomfortable. I kind of feel it makes me feel younger
Interesting.
because it's so like Botox. I think if you took Botox,
I like a facial mask.
yeah,
Like a facial mask of gelatin. That's interesting.
yeah, that's what it feels like. Which, if everyone doesn't know, gelatin is made out of horse hooves.
Right.
So I don't know why it's so sticky like this, but
it's made out of what?
horse hoofs.
Gross.
So it's pretty much like your fingernail
I
material.
thought it was like animal collagen.
It is animal collagen, and that's how they get it, I guess, is from
Yeah.
there. I'm not sure if they grind it up, but also, when you think about making that, I'm not sure that they grind up horse hooves for the gelatin that they sell in the grocery store, though.
Yeah, you couldn't eat that. That's gross.
They use hydrochloric acid to melt it.
Interesting.
I did some research on it before.
Does it say that on the package?
It says it's gelatin, which is like by definition.
Generic. Yeah.
Because I think people wouldn't want, I think it's a marketing thing. Gelatin sounds a little nicer than whatever horse hoofs.
Definitely marketing. You really don't want to eat gelatin. And I did want to throw in one thing about last Monday when I put on the tattoo. Cara mentioned it in my earlier class because I was demoing, and I want to show you that the tattoo is still on and it is a fake tattoo. But from a distance, it doesn't look so bad. It was convincing when I went home that night anyway. So it has to wear off.
Okay.
How do you think you're going to take it off?
I need to get an edge.
Okay.
There's like a membrane on my face, but it feels like Elmer's glue material kind of. So I could use a spirit gum remover or something like that, right?
No, I don't think you need to dissolve anything because really it's not glued to your face. It's really, there's a moisture layer in between your skin and the gelatin.
Okay.
You can probably see if you can lift up the part that's closer to your cheek because that has a little bit more mobility than the forehead portion or the jaw portion. You can just see with your left hand if you can lift that edge up a little. Just a little. And then you can just actually peel it off.
Oh, it did. I can hear it peeling.
Yep. And we're watching it. So it comes off. You did a really fine layer and you can do a thicker layer, but you can see it just really pulls off. Very good. And
Ew.
it's not really painful. It's really
Ew.
safe.
Ew, it's gross though.
Now you know what women do when they wear those face masks and they peel them off like that. Now
Yeah.
it's all looking.
Technically, you could eat it off.
Ah! And we also should see if face masks have gelatin in them, or if they're.
That would be good to know. We could ruin the whole industry and tell all those vegans that they're not really, all plant-based.
Yeah, so
I'm
we'll
pretty.
check with you after you make a little more progress. So you did a really thin layer, and this is a good thing to look at because you can do, with gelatin, it's great. You can do thin or thick layer, and you can build up multiple layers on top of layers that are underneath. So if you do a thin layer, then you can build up a thicker layer as well. And as it gets thicker, when Colby showed us what it looked like in his Tupperware, before it gets completely triggered like that, like right now, you can't move it, right? Your gelatin.
Not really, no.
Okay, show us your Tupperware.
Oh, the Tupperware. Yeah, it's completely
Frozen.
congealed.
Yeah, it's completely congealed. Let's see the inside of it. So before it gets completely hard like that, you could actually put another layer on top of your base layer and you could build it up. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's solid right now, so
And you'll
this
peel
would
it out.
this wouldn't work to
Yeah, you
make
can't
a
apply that at all. But you can just peel it out of your Tupperware because your Tupperware will have mobility and so does the gelatin. All right, thanks Colby for showing us the removal and the thinness of the gelatin. So with your wig cap, it's very effective because you've created a mask-like persona.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be full, so
Mhm.
this is as close as I can get.
Well, yes, and we'll talk about bald cap on Monday when we do latex bald cap, and I've published a little video too of that. But let's do side to side, and we'll take a look at your three-dimensional work. So you've got an upper lip, and also cupping around the eye is very interesting to create a mask effect. Almost like a statue.
Like a what?
Almost like a statue.
Well, I am a character, so I'm supposed to look like that character. Can you tell who it is?
Are we supposed to guess who it is?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay, is it in modern culture?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have an idea what character this is? Christine, you probably know.
The Tin Man from Alice in Wonderland.
No.
Oh, no, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, who is it?
So I'm just saying, it's a Harry Potter character.
Oh, a Harry Potter.
Voldemort.
Yay!
Voldemort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
You've never seen these?
No,
Are
Oh,
you kidding me?
I think I've seen like a half hour of one or something.
What? I am so disappointed in you, Cara.
I know it was after
Oh.
my time. It was after my time, and I didn't read the books. Like,
Still.
yeah, I
This is-
know.
I
Maybe
will
should do
say
that.
one of the funnest times was I took my son up to Universal Studios right after the Harry Potter attraction opened, and it was so beautifully designed.
It is so.
You're very close to your screen, so it's as if we're no. Let's start that way. It's as if we're getting a really extreme close-up view, and in the movies, this is when you're getting the 10-foot tall face, so we can really see all of the work and the edges of the nose and scar wax. And you can see that the edges are really great over the left eyebrow. It's almost invisible where it's working, and then down into that eye.
Mhm.
And you've had a little bit of a difficulty getting it sort of the right texture.
Absolutely.
Maybe was it getting too sticky?
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm going back and then, yeah.
Yeah, actually looks pretty great. Scoot back just a hair. Yeah, her nose does look big and broken. And the thing that's interesting about it is when your skin has been moved around like that, just because of getting, smashed in the face, it is going to look very distressed and blotchy. So that part is working for you. And this material of nose and scar wax takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And every single time you use it, it can be different. So it's affected by heat. Today's a hotter day than it has been.
Mhm.
And your skin is hotter, and humidity makes a change in how everything acts. Sometimes you feel like you're putting something on and it slides completely off and you can't control anything.
Mhm.
So the next time you would do this, you would feel a lot more comfortable with it because it's more familiar.
Yeah.
But definitely the black eye is working. And how far away are you from your screen? 3 feet?
About 2,
Yeah, well, it's not bad from here.
right?
Yeah.
This is okay.
Well, from there, we can't see it. I mean, from there, it looks real. So it's really great to see it at very varying distances from the screen. And were we on stage, you'd be scooted all the way back to your blue little tray. Yep. So that would be completely natural, even in the small theater. So good job. And we want to think about where we are. What was one of your specific challenges?
Forgetting to put a type of friction or adhesive. So I was like, okay, it's slipping off. So now it needs to go back. And then it was getting the right amount of a spirit gum remover on my hand and warming it up. And then I noticed that you have this finite amount of time where it's like, okay, you're really malleable and it can really work with you, and then it's over.
Yeah. So that's
But
an experience level thing. So now that you know that, you can go forward and think about that. And you may also want to try the water-based lubricant, which maybe has a little bit more flexibility than the spirit gum.
I figured that too. I was
Yeah.
like, I wish I had it now.
Try a different technique, and then you'll learn something different. And it's very effective for removing part of the right eyebrow.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So Christine has tried to do away with your nose. Is that what your plan was?
Yes.
Okay. And then how did you build up your nose and scar wax?
I just bound it up until I covered my whole nose.
Okay. And what did you use to not let it stick on your fingers?
I used the KY jelly.
Yeah, show it to us. Uh-huh. This is pretty easy to work with, isn't it, Christine?
Yes,
And you just put a small amount in a dish?
on my hand.
Okay. I work with it in a dish so I can just dab my finger in and use it when I need to. And then I think the color is interesting because it matches your shirt.
Yeah.
So you almost could go into an alien form, you know, with your nose creating a different, less human shape, and then your shirt, you could be a completely different creature.
Yeah. There is a story behind the nose shape.
Uh-huh.
When I was pretty young, I went to a club called Wilderness Youth Group, and one time we went to the waterworks,
Right.
and I got banged up so badly. I got my two temples crushed into my skull,
Mhm.
and I almost broke my nose.
Oh, so you're remembering that and you're letting us resemble that and see what it was like.
Yes, but besides that, I decided to go with no nose because back then I was afraid that I might lose my nose.
Okay, I'm going to pause the recording.